Hi guys, I'm going to work two more examples on page 81. Actually, page 80 and 81. So example D, this is page 80. We're going to quickly fill in a chart. This is similar. You've got x, you've got x squared. The function of x is minus x squared. So we've got x minus x squared, which is the equation. That's going to give us our y, and we're going to end up with an ordered pair. So I'm going to quickly just fill in these. This isn't rocket science, so I'm going to pick -2. So minus a -2 squared, I get -4, and I get -2 -4. You got to watch your signs. You got to be really careful when you're actually doing minus x squared. Put parentheses and remind yourself what sign you're dealing with. If I pick -1, I get minus a -1 squared. The y turns out to be -1, and my point is -1, -1. 0, I told you I usually pick 0 because he's nice and easy, because 0 squared is 0, and my point is 0, 0. I'm going to pretty much always choose at least 5 points, sometimes more if I can't see what the graph is going to look like, but you're going to get pretty good at recognizing what kind of graph shape you have. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. I'm hoping you're doing your own arithmetic so that when you do this on the quiz, you're going to end up with the right points. And you can see I've gone ahead and done the graph before I started this video. I tried to see if I could make it a little bit better. It's just really hard with this pen to make a decent graph, but it'll look better on the actual worksheet, practice worksheet. So you notice that this ends up being a parabola. This is actually a quadratic equation. When you have a square as your exponent, you end up with something that looks like a perfect parabola, and these are called quadratic equations. So we have the absolute value one up above that makes a V. We have just the plain old x to the first power, which I guess is on the other page, that made a straight line, and now we've introduced quadratics. I'm going to do one more on the next page, and you can see I've already done the graph. Like I said, I tried to make sure that I could draw the graph. It still didn't look that great. But let me walk you through the setup of the points. So again, we've got our input, x, rule, which is cube the x, and that's going to give us our output, and ultimately we're going to have an ordered pair. So I'm going to pick -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 for my input points. And when I cube those, when I cube -2, I'm going to get -8. So my ordered pair is going to be -2, -8. When I cube -1, I'm going to get a negative number again. I'm going to get -1. So this is -1, -1. When I cube 0, nice and easy. So Zippo. When I cube 1, I get 1. And finally, when I cube 2, I get +8. So you might be seeing the pattern. Certainly you see the pattern because I've plotted it. But as you plot these points, you'll see that you've got a point down here, a point here, 0, 0, a point here, and a point there. These are not a series of straight lines that are connected. These are a curve. When you have a function that's got an exponent of 3, you end up with a shape that is called a cubic shape. And we're going to start recognizing these, but I wanted you to have an example of each one of them. So far we've done this guy right here. He looks like an absolute value, so he's probably going to be a V. A cubic or an exponent of 3 is going to be cubic. An exponent of 2 is going to be the parabola looking thing, the quadratic that we did before. So I want you guys to go ahead and do F and G on your own, and we'll come back together and talk about this as a class. Thanks for watching.